honor our indigenous roots and international history. Lacrosse is more than a game. We play with speed, heart, and precision. Young, modern, electric, inclusive, growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport, governed globally by World Lacrosse.
The Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world. Our philosophy on pricing is quite simple. By removing all these different logistics and these middlemen in the manufacturing process of lacrosse sticks, we can pass those savings on to you. We can make these quality lacrosse sticks affordable for more people.
Ukraine. Ще не вмерла Україні ні слава, ні воля. Ще нам, браття українці, усміхнеться доля. Згинуть наші вороженьки, як роса на сонці. Запануєм і ми, браття, у своїй сторонці. Душу й тіло ми положим за нашу свободу і покажем, що ми браття козацького роду. Душу й тіло ми положим за нашу свободу і to today's game, starting with the visiting team.
Right. Good afternoon, everyone. We're ready to go here. We have Germany and Ukraine about to face off in the European Lacrosse Federation Continental Championship. Third day, I guess, apparently of games. Germany will be here. It's their first game of the tournament, and Ukraine had a loss in their first game where they played Spain. Currently on a adjacent field, Spain is playing Poland. So again, this is the European Lacrosse Federation Championship. It is in Wrocław, Poland. Again, another overcast day here in Wrocław. It's been cloudy, cool, breezy today. Actually great weather to be playing lacrosse. We did have a few sprinkles of rain earlier today, so it made the field a little slick. Conditions were a little bit wet earlier, but they seem to have dried out. Things are a little bit better right now. There's again a passing shower here and there, but nothing will impact the play, hopefully, on the field. So coming into the game, Germany will be looking to notch their first victory, and also Ukraine will as well. So both will be trying to be one of the top 7 teams that will then move on to the World Lacrosse Championships, which will be held in 2027 in Japan. So top 7 teams from this tournament will punch their ticket to go to that tournament. We can already hear the bells going for Germany. There's generally some great chants and songs in the past from the German fans. Great to hear their voices supporting their team. Ukraine had some bright spots yesterday. Face-off was a definite strong point for them. Also, too, they had some great saves in net. Some strong attack play, too, from Michael Melnychenko. He had a very strong couple of beautiful highlight goals yesterday in our game here. So getting ready for the face-off here. And Germany takes possession of the first faceoff. That'll be David Beckham with the ball, and he'll advance it upfield to number 22, Lars Voldergotten. They'll get their personnel straight here. We have number 7, Mont Spiegel with the ball. Ball now moves through X. And we might have a little substitution catch right here, trying to get a break for Germany. Nothing there. Witten Bastian moves the ball up top. Number 13, Justin Weismer. And that'll be a goal for Germany. Number 11, Soren Spiegel. An assisted goal, really nice cut. So Germany takes the early lead 1-0 over Ukraine. I welcome my broadcast partner.
How you doing? My name is Ingmar.
I was lucky enough to work a game with Ingmar yesterday. Does an excellent job.
Thank you. Yeah, I was just over at the officials table to read out the names. And I have to tell you, the Ukraine names are quite challenging sometimes.
They sure are. And
So
luckily Ingmar is great, much better at them than I am with my, I'm from North America, from Boston, Massachusetts. We might have a nothing there, I guess. Ferocious ride by the Germans, and they come up with it. Nice look. And the ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Germany ball. Number 15, Mark Brandenberger. Over to Soren Spiegel. Up to number 13, Justin Weismer. Germany will retain possession on this. Mark Brandenberger will start with the ball behind at X. Looks to drive.
yeah, quite the veteran on this one, on this team.
That's a nice look right there. Number 26 on the goal. And that's going to be Witten Bastian on the goal. That was an assisted. Did you happen to catch the number on the assist right there? I didn't see it.
I think it was number 22,
Okay.
Lasse Volkartsen. And yeah, just as the first goal we've seen today, it was assisted goal. So I really think they're gonna. I think this is something we're gonna see the rest of the game. Germany trying to feed and really try to get their team play in.
Absolutely. Germany's historically been very strong, you know, European contender, European squad. We have a play on right there. Kind of a loose ball push. Ball will go to Ukraine. Nazari Panin, big, strong midfielder. We saw him yesterday playing. Literally big, strong. You know, getting his way, you might get a freight train knocked over.
Yeah. Yeah, he started that play with pressure right away, and he was just a big guy getting through.
Volodymyr Lesko with the ball. And if you recall yesterday when we worked together, we had the name we heard a lot was going to be Michael Milinchenko, strong left-handed attackman. Spent some time at Chestnut Hill College. Really slick. He had a couple of beautiful highlight goals yesterday. One where he was falling down, if you recall. That one was a beaut, and also the one near the end of the game. So he's going to be one of the offensive threats right here. He's with the ball right now, number 27. And he's defended by number 19, Jake Steinfeld. Fells.
One-handed.
Yep.
Still managed to have it.
Swim move.
And then,
And
oh, it's an underhand shot.
lots of creativity out of him.
Yeah.
I often say, you know, I'm not sure, you know, if he's spent some time in Canada, but he always reminds me of
Looks
that
like
Canadian box-style player.
Yeah.
And the ball's going to go out of bounds. Errant pass. Germany will restart with the ball. Marius Butts with the ball. Moved it up.
His boots. And then,
Boots, see?
yeah, number
There's-
9, David Beckman. With a good opportunity. And he just stays as long to on offense, just a crease guy. Interesting to see.
Yeah.
David Beckman, also part of the box program for a while for Germany, and you can see his stick skills translating also to the field team with staying on offense. Lasse Volkortsen with the shot, goal Germany, and that's quite a bit more of an individual effort from Lasse Volkortsen.
He came with some really nice speed off that wing, that left-handed shot, kind of going high to low, across the body, moved the goaltender sort of off his pipe, and as he was moving, he did beat him. Nice goal.
Yeah.
And again, we continue to have a bit of a delayed substitution pattern.
But the officials are nice enough to wait for everybody to get in place.
Yeah, it's a veteran crew here. I got to talking to them prior to the game, and all three of the on-field officials that I've seen, I'm not sure about the one who's in the box currently, but they all were here last year for the under 20 European Championship that was played here in Wrocław. So, veteran crew. Nice give and go right there. And Ukraine will push it upfield.
Oh, and that's a fast break. He's going to shoot it.
Nice save right there. In cage. Big fella number 44, Mikhail Zuminev. I like the effort though. That was a good effort. Nice clear.
Yeah.
Nice rip. I mean, that's one of those. If you get Milenchenko's hands free, he's definitely shooting.
Yeah, definitely. I think the other two attackmen were maybe a little bit
Ooh, we gotta have a flag on that one. Big conk on the head there. So, yeah, Germany will go man up. Number 92 on Ukraine with the penalty. That's Volodymyr Shien.
Ball moves out of the box there, so it's an automatic whistle. Like we said yesterday in our game.
Yep.
It's a little bit different than the
Absolutely, not what I'm used to. Oh,
yeah.
It's funny, that used to be our rule. We dropped that a number of years ago in North America, but if the ball goes down, it kills the penalty, kills the play on, the long whistle for the penalty, when the flag, the slow whistle, I should say, and stepping out of the box. Am I correct? If you're not sort of attacking or sort of backed off, they'll blow it dead too as well? How about a second penalty? Does that kill it as well?
I don't think so.
No.
It's just another.
Okay.
It's just another flag.
We have that. It's funny when I officiate in North America when we play high school lacrosse. If you get a second, the NFHS rules. If you get a second flag, it kills it. But NCAA doesn't go by that same rule. We often say, we have when I referee at home, we have what's high school like NFHS rules. They call it federation rules, and we also have NCAA, and we often say it's a ploy to make money and making more rule books, because there's there's a handful of differences. It's not a ton, but they want you to buy the new book every year. I think generally you get as part as your membership into whatever your officiating crew is.
Yeah, we're sitting right next to the Ukrainian fans, and they're loud, as you can maybe hear in our commentary. But it's amazing to see so many fans and support staff coming out to support their teams.
Sure is. So Germany's man up. Nice look on the backside. Great job.
Shot by Justin Wismer. Gets backed up by Moritz Spiegel.
So Germany's in sort of a 3-3 they were, and they'll sort of buzz. Oh, nice rip right there.
Wow. It's a nice goal by Søren Spiegel.
Yeah, Søren Spiegel, that's a really nice rip. Picking the corner right there.
He had all the time and room.
He did. Hands were free.
Hands were free.
Even when you're man down, you got to get out to those hands. You'll often hear coaches whenever I'm at summer tournaments, get to the hands, get to the hands.
I'm not sure if he got a assist from his brother Moritz Spiegel, but it looked like it, because I think he had to restart.
Yep.
So that's a nice brother connection there.
So when you have a personal foul in international play, he stays in, and there's a lot of something's going on here. There's too many men. We have,
Yeah, they're a little confused.
yeah,
And that's a face-off violation
early
there.
procedure, and they're going to give the ball to Germany. It just took too long to get their personnel right.
The Ukrainian face-off.
We have a flag, possibly too many. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, no. No, I thought
Sure,
so.
they
I
don't have
didn't-
anyone in the box.
No, I was wondering what that
Penalty
was.
box.
Maybe it came. I don't know.
And then Mark Brandenburger with the goal for Germany. Nice little shifty goal. Individual effort. Gets 1-on-1 in the goal.
So whatever the
Scores
flag they
low.
did have was a technical, so they just waved it off and said, we're going to go all even to start this. It was a procedure. Wiped. Goal is good.
Yeah, like I said earlier, Mark Brandenburger, veteran player for Germany. Part of both box and field programs for a while now. And he's really a household name in German lacrosse. And again, Ukraine kind of slow to get the right personnel on. But they make it in time. And they win the face-off.
Yep, nice win. Number 00.
Artem Polishuk.
Going backward. Took a big whack, but he's a big, strong guy, able to absorb that check. Nice play with the body right there by Germany.
It's another ground ball hustle. And they come up with it.
Volodymyr Hnyuk got that ground ball.
That's Raiken Agbayani with the ball. He plays for the Rotterdam Jaguars in the Netherlands. So,
Would you have played against the likes of a guy like that, or?
yep,
Yeah.
yep. Also played against him, played with him. Also in the Netherlands, it's a small community, lacrosse community. So I know him quite well now. And part of the Rotterdam Jaguars, one of the Division 1 teams in the Netherlands, and I'm interested what he can do today and in this tournament.
Well, Melenchenko tried to do some swim moves over there. Germany trying to corral the ground ball, and they do.
Tophover comes up with it, and kind of have a slow break. And
Nice play right there.
a goal, Germany. Anton Gnussmann.
Nice little spin move to get that. Sort of, he caught it with one way. The pass wasn't directly sort of where he was expecting it. Made a nice catch, controlled his body, finished. Nice goal by Grutzmann.
Yeah, all started with that turnover by Lucas
Yeah.
Tophover there, and kind of a slow break.
Yep.
Really fast break, but they still managed to get them the one more pass out of it. Face off. Can be a hustle. It's a little dense.
Nice box
in the
out right
field.
there. Good check right there.
Number 3, Ihor Panchuk.
Yeah. Somebody left the box early. We had no possession, so Ukraine will have the ball.
Panchuk
Panchuk's
gets
getting
a
doubled right
double
now,
team,
yeah.
and he has a guy open on the other side of the field, couldn't get it to Agbayani. Another ground ball hustle. Picked up by Timo Sander. Finds Brandenburger. To Volkortsen. And the wind
The
picks
wind
up a little
totally
bit,
just picked up.
Volkortsen couldn't get it to Brandenburger. And it's a ground ball. A lot of Ukrainian players there. Picked up by Tophover again. Unsuccessful clear. And Volkortsen now takes it slow, takes his time to Kai Santolski.
The rain has also picked up here.
It's Søren Spiegel, who had a nice goal earlier. He's dodging. Gets his hands free, shoots. Just over. Yeah, I think he has a good feeling
Yep.
because of his goal earlier. Mark Brandenburger against the shorty. I think that's a matchup he wants. Feeds.
Nice. Oh, what?
Feeds Kai Sontoski.
Really nice look. Wide open.
Goal Germany. And that's makes it 5-0.
We're under 1 minute left to go in the first quarter.
Yeah.
That's Archie. Was that one another face-off? Germany wins it cleanly. That's Anton Gutzmann, we said.
Brandenburger with the behind the
Oh,
back.
BTB to a
And then
pole. Crease
In the
violation.
Crease, David Beckman. Kind of a box move with a dive, with a long
With a pole, good,
It's
yep.
spectacular.
Like to see it. That's a, you know, a high skill move that he had
Yeah.
right there. But it was to no avail. It was pretty.
Boots.
Would look nice on a
With it.
highlight reel, but it will not count as a goal. Nice pass here.
Beckman again, full court with the shot.
Great
Good
save.
Good save.
That was a
And
nice one
that's-
too, right at the end of the quarter for him there, and great save.
Yeah, that's time. End of the first quarter. Actually, 7-0.
And this is a tough group right here that they're in here. You know, with Germany and Ukraine. We saw Spain yesterday. They played Poland. Did you happen to catch? I think that game is still going on, but Poland was in the lead in that game. So that is a. And Czechia is also in that group, and they had a very tight game with Poland on the first night. So, you know, seems to be just a you know, on paper, you know, a tough group. I think that, you know, the top three, looking at those coming, you know, as we've seen a little bit of play here, Germany's looking solid right now. Czechia, Poland, Spain has been giving Poland a game over on field 2. So.
Yeah. No, definitely. And Poland is now up against Spain. It was 6-2.
Okay.
And so yeah, that's going to be an interesting group. But also, I'm really looking forward against the match between Germany, Czechia, and also Poland, Germany.
Yeah. It's, you know, definitely a solid group of teams in that group.
Yeah.
A lot of great lacrosse, though. I've you know, I called a game earlier today, and I've watched a few games. Just seeing a lot of just really some great play today. Italy looked strong today over Greece on field 1, and it was quite slick on that field, though, because once that turf gets wet, people were sliding around. Real good game. We have another one coming over there tonight. So Netherlands is playing, right? Are they playing after this? Are they playing tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're playing against Finland. They
Yep.
had a really tough loss
And then-
against Latvia yesterday.
Yeah, Latvia was strong too. So that's another strong group. You know,
Yeah.
so you have some of these groups where you have, you know, 3, and like we mentioned before, the top 7 teams are going to punch their ticket to go to the World Lacrosse Championships in Japan in 2027, coming out of this tournament.
Underway in the
Nice
second
job
quarter,
right there.
and right away a goal for Germany. Knutsman wins it for himself
He sure
and finds
did.
Brandenburger
Really
actually on the
nice.
doorstep.
Brandenburger, a couple little fakes there, bang. Picks a top corner. So we're at 8-0.
And it was a really clean win.
Mhm.
Textbook.
Yeah, won it forward, scooped it himself. early. It's going to be Germany ball. We had a violation by Ukraine.
Yeah.
And the wind is really whipping here now. Was that not giving him 5 yards on the restart, or?
I think so.
That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
I mean, he sort of did play him within a short distance. That's the only I could see that might have been what it was.
So, a little confusion here, but I think we're good to go now.
Yep, Germany man up,
And
30-second technical. We had an illegal procedure.
Brandenburger goes up. Spiegel, back to Brandenburger. Volkartsen, shot by Bastian.
You know, really nice man up right there.
Goal, yeah.
Got the defense shifting, you know, connected on a few nice passes, then sort of went the opposite way. Big left-handed rip, that's a nice goal.
It's a really good ball movement. Really how they, I think how they want to do their, want to execute their man up. And as you can hear, Ukraine tries to get some fight back in their team. The
Yeah,
fans.
they have their faithful here.
Yeah. It's trying to clear it. Nazari Panin is looking to a teammate and finds
Ooh.
Volodymyr Sian, and he's going to go for it. Picks it up, but it's out of bounds.
Unfortunate. It was a nice effort on the ground ball.
Definitely.
Michigan. Germany looks like they have some numbers. They're looking to push transition here. No, they pull it out. It's really nice here in the cheering section going on here.
Gonna be Santowski with the feet to
Spiegel.
Spiegel.
Soren, that is. Soren
Yeah,
Spiegel.
it's another goal for Germany.
Yeah.
And it was really patience. Patience by Germany, I think. And they executed it from the dodge down the alley to Spiegel, who finds the back of the net. We're still talking. Brandenburger and Volkartsen in the attack
If you're-
area.
If you're watching the flag over on your feed over by the Ukrainian sideline, it's really, the wind's picked up. It's blowing at a pretty good clip over there.
Yeah.
It's not seeming to slow down the German offensive efforts.
Definitely not. It's already 10-0. We just have 10 minutes to play still in the first half, second quarter. Shot
Nice save.
by Dominic Nietzsche.
And there's our Penin. He's sort of all around, you know, plays a lot of defense, plays the wing,
Yeah.
you know, runs really hard, scooping ground balls. You know, really appreciate the effort he brings.
Nazari Panin, who gets it to Raiken Akbayani, who's going to try to clear it.
Good ride, though, by the Germans there, and it causes a turnover.
Gets just picked off by
Goes back to
Frits
Ukraine.
Kleinempel. But it's now Maxim Dorobichuk with the ball. Passes it to Michail Melnichenko.
2 nice solid checks right on stick right there by Jake Steinfeld.
Yeah. Big guy against another big guy.
Yep. It's a good pick right there.
It's
Got a switch. Oh, that's a moving screen. Didn't call it. That's okay.
Melnichenko getting with the one-handed cradle. You can really see a Canadian
Yeah,
background there.
totally. And unfortunately, it goes out of bounds. Germany ball.
Yeah, Luka Jančuk couldn't quite get it to Panin. That's an unfortunate turnover for Ukraine. And Louis Stetska now with the clear. It's Fujita now trying to tell something to his teammates, but it's quite hard with the wind and the noise of the fans, maybe.
And we have a helicopter to add to the sound
Yeah.
too. So
And there's also actually a music festival going on
Yes.
right next to the fields. So
we have a moving screen right there. Illegal screen. So it's going to be Ukraine ball. And just like in basketball, if you set a pick in lacrosse, your feet have to be set. You can't lean into it. You can't get wider, than your shoulders. You have to sort of just be there like you. I should say like basketball, but if you watch any NBA basketball like I do, they seem to be moving all the time. But
yeah,
but then again, it's just a little different with that. But it's the same concept.
Raiken Agbayani with a good move.
Really nice. They got some numbers right here.
Gets out of the pressure. And now it's Luka Jančuk who's holding on to the ball quite well.
Covered by
Lesko.
David Beckham. Probably the second most famous David Beckham that I've ever come across. I'm sure he's never heard that before. Oh, sorry, it's Beckman. I was calling him Beckham. Oh, so here I am, of course, silly American. I thought it said Beckham. It said Beckman. My eyesight, I guess. Apologize. Guess
We'll get you some
brought some
glasses.
levity for that. No, it's funny. I have them on.
halftime,
Yeah,
buddy.
exactly. The funny thing is, I have ones for distance, and then when I switch to my paper, I have to sort of put them on my head. So that might another moving screen right there. So again, the feet weren't set. Beckman, I apologize profusely.
Our apologies to the whole Beckman family
Exactly.
watching at home. And it's Spiegel to Brandenburger.
And the extra look,
Volkwartsen.
nice job.
That's a nice tic-tac-toe goal by Germany.
That's a nice one. It's 6:03 in the second.
Yeah, that's textbook. One more pass.
Sure was, and it and it was Spiegel who had it before he made the last. He made the assist. He by all accounts could have scored that goal. He could have, as we like to say, he had enough time to sit down and eat a sandwich and still score the goal. But he made that extra look, which is so. That's the beauty I find with lacrosse. Always that one more look we say, the one more.
Yeah.
That making that extra pass, and like I coach at home, and I always say to the kids, an assist is as good as a goal. And frankly, that to me that was a nomination play for one of the top goals, that I've seen today. So if you stick around and watch Marcin later tonight on Lax TV, when they do the recap of the day, you might very well see that goal again. That was a real nice one.
Yeah.
I have to say, that just the whole everything here, in Wrocław has been wonderful from the facilities. Nice take here. It's a really nice take.
Yeah, it was a good take by Lesko. He got the ball right in the crease. Good feed. Shot by Umenyuk. Couldn't quite get the back up there, Ukraine.
But sort of finishing that thought, the facilities have been wonderful. The volunteers wonderful. Just everything from even the photography we've had. If you're on social media, the presence there on things like Instagram, Facebook, they had a bunch of photos of games that happened yesterday. So really, really just nice for people who maybe can't be here. They can get a sense of some of the photos and some of the film from here. really nice to see, and they're doing a great job with it.
Yeah, definitely. And like we said yesterday, if you're somewhere in Europe and you're a lacrosse fan and you have the time, do come down here to Wrocław and try to visit these European men's lacrosse championships.
And if you can't make it over here, by all means, please tune into Lax TV, on YouTube. Just really some great coverage here. I've been to a few of these international. It's a nice take right there.
That's a goal by Justin Wismer.
Justin Wismer, nice left-handed take right there. He sort of faked the pass, came down, and sort of ripped it over the goalie's shoulder.
And it makes it 12-0.
With a little over 3 minutes left in the second, in the half, in the second quarter. So in the half, a little over 3 minutes left.
You see Anton Gnutsman again at the face-off.
And Polishuk's been out there taking. I think he's taken every face-off that they've taken.
Yeah.
And he's strong and tough and in there. Just great effort and grit that he shows on every face.
Spiegel, Fulkortsen, shoots, just wide.
I'll tell you what keeps coming to my mind is just the level of play. I mean, look at a team like Germany with all homegrown lacrosse players on the team. That just sort of the level of skill that you're seeing. Taking you take that shot for a little jump shot. Left-handed sort of. I've seen some really shifty, great moves. I mean, and I watch a lot of lacrosse. Back NCAA lacrosse, whether it be that or PLO lacrosse, and I just that it's more available now. People see it, they mimic that stuff. It's like they want to make the moves like guys they watch on the internet, on TV, wherever they watch it, and it's just the skill levels really amazing to me. Nice save.
It's a good save. Brandenburger tried to find full courts there on the crease. Ooh, was he touching the line? I think so.
Yeah, well, there was something going on in the box. I wasn't sure if someone stepped on from the backside, which would have saved it. They have so many sets of eyes. Usually they're pretty good with those. I mean, because they have 3 on-field officials, a box official.
Yeah.
They really, these guys, I'll tell you, the officials have been doing a really good job in this tournament.
That's Jacob Beukerman to dodge down the alley.
That's a nice shot.
And Brandenburger feeds it to Volkortsen for the goal. It's top corner. Had all the time and room for that shot.
Yeah, he's lethal with that left hand over there.
Yes.
Going high to low, that submarine sort of, I'm sorry, low to high, I should say. Really nice.
Yeah.
So coming up on about a minute left in the half.
You see Polishuk again at the face-off against Knutsman.
Nice
he
win.
Comes up with it.
It's a great win.
Very nice, yeah. It's gonna loses it. Kind of the extended ground ball battle, and then shot by Dominic
Nice
Mitch.
save.
Good save, yeah, definitely good save.
Yeah, Jay Blasco has made some nice saves already today. Or yesterday he made quite a few too, but that was a nice save. Nice cut. Nice cut there. That was Mark Brandenburger on a feed. Nice assisted goal.
And it makes it 14-0. And I think it's 22 seconds left in this second quarter.
.22 seconds left. Let's see if we can get a goal here. Ukraine would like to sort of get there first.
Polishuk again gets hacked. It's almost triple teamed here down the sideline.
Timeout is called.
Yes.
He does a nice job right there. The tough thing is when you're running with the ball and you're getting chased by 3 guys, and we have something officials. Yep. They were just going over where they were going to have the ball start, because I think the coaches wanted to know whether he was going to start in the sort of in the defensive half or in the offensive half of the field. And I think that when he called the timeout, it's one of those things where the ref calls a timeout, then it takes time for the official to get the whistle to his mouth, blow it, and, you know, by that time he had gone back to the back sort of court, if you will. So I think he will be starting in the front side, in the offensive side. So we have 13 seconds left in the half.
Yeah, Ukraine really has to draw something up special.
Yeah.
Especially with 13 seconds left, that's not a lot of time to get a goal. But let's see what they can do.
My money is on it somehow ending up in the hands of Emlc, because he Emelianchenko, I apologize. You know, he's just really, you know, been their offensive guy. He's got that left hand. He's lethal with the shot. He shows the sort of left, and he's got a bigger stature of a guy. So he's defending. He's hard to get around. Then sometimes he goes, you know, he sort of backdoors you, goes with the right hand, that little, what we call the Canadian style, and then he does come back left often, but he's a strong player.
Yeah, definitely.
And just even in seeing these guys around the campus too, just, you know, the positivity around them, you know, being happy to be here to represent Ukraine. You know, I was reading, and I'll probably go back and find, you know, maybe who it was, but one of the players on the team, they had asked, you know, what makes it special about playing lacrosse, and he said, especially said, you know, my father and my brother in the Army, and I just want to represent Ukraine, you know, and have pride for my country, you know, in the difficult times that they've had. So really, really just, you know, important stuff.
Yes.
Gives you the chills to think about. For me, I mean, it does, just because it's, you know, I mean, I'm from across an ocean away, and this is real, and they're really great young men.
And that does it.
That'll be the half, guys. So at the half, we have Germany 14, and they've been sharing the ball. They've had, you know, multiple scores, multiple assisted looks. Ukraine 0, but we're hoping that they can break the seal in the second half and come back and get back into this. So I think we'll take a brief break and watch our sponsors, and we'll be back for the second half.
We honor our indigenous roots, and international history. Lacrosse is more than a game. We play with speed, heart, and precision. Young, modern, electric, inclusive, growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport, governed globally by World Lacrosse.
The Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world. Our philosophy on pricing is quite simple. By removing all these different logistics and these middlemen in the manufacturing process of lacrosse sticks, we can pass those savings on to you. We can make these quality lacrosse sticks affordable for more people.
We also see a goalie change by Germany. That's Benedikt Mildenberger.
Benedict is a tall man over there. If that pole's 6 feet tall, he's up above that.
Definitely.
He's got some good height. He's a big man.
Then it's a familiar sight. Germany in offense with Volkwartsen to Brandenburger. Up to Winton Bastian, who had the first goal, but after that been pretty quiet. But yet again, Germany sharing the ball very, very well.
Absolutely, and this is one of those games I think where they can get some guys in, you know, get some people to get touches on the ball.
Brandenburger on X. Comes back up. Tries to find Wismer. Couldn't connect. And then Moritz Spiegel, one of the Spiegel brothers, on his Germany team. Oh, and then
Really nice playing with your brother out there, I would imagine. You know, be really great for a family. I'm lucky my two sons actually play at the same college and they play together, and it's really, you know, super prideful, I'm sure, especially when you're playing for your country like this. It's wonderful.
you now have one son playing for Ireland. I think. Oh, and that's a goal.
Yes.
Goal for Volkwartsen. But no goal.
Crease violation.
In the crease.
Violation. Much to the chagrin of some of the fans here, but you know, I would say that official's right on top of it.
Yeah.
Veteran official. Nice job with the call on that crease violation.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Well,
both of my sons actually had a chance to play for Ireland in Limerick in 2022. My younger son wasn't old enough to try out initially, and then when COVID happened, the tournament got bumped. A couple of the situations for guys they couldn't play, and he went to a tryout. Then he was an alternate, and he was the first alternate, and then another, and he was only, you know, he was right about the minimum you could be, maybe 16 years old, flag on the play. And it turned out that someone else got injured, he got a chance to play, and the rest is history. My sons played together. It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. I can only imagine. Proud moment for a dad.
Oh, absolutely. And my wife and I were both there, and it was really great. And then nice thing is that my older guy's playing for Ireland in this tournament, this summer, and then my younger son, Sean, will be playing in Korea, Jeju Island, and that'll be the under-20 World Championship in South Korea. So I'm looking forward to going over there and probably go home for a few weeks and then go away for a few more weeks. So my summer is going to be spoken for with all lacrosse. Nice rip right there. Good deflection. Good eat, as we say back home sometimes, soaked it up there.
And then Bastian couldn't get it to Volkwartsen, so now they have to ride Germany. And it's a one-on-one on the goalie, and it's the first goal for Ukraine.
I told you, that's Michael Melyanchenko. Michael Melyanchenko with the goal. Excellent job.
And that was a very good play, very heads up. Seeing him open right in the middle.
Yeah, that was really nice. Vladimir Humanyuk had a nice play at the midfield, got it up. They got the one more pass, and Melyanchenko with the nice finish. And he has been their go-to guy, and they're sort of they're on the board, as they say.
Yeah, if you're Ukraine, that's the guy you want to be having one-on-one on the goalie.
Yeah. Another nice face-off. Good physical play there.
I thought he had it, but
nice.
then Timkiv comes up with it and then loses it again. Up to Leon Beung. Finds Volkortsen. Brandenburger
Pipe.
hits the pipe.
Nice ride right there. It's an excellent
Yeah.
hustle. That Brandenburger, that was a good hustle on that. Retained possession.
Maybe he felt like he had to score that one.
Yeah. I thought he was going to go behind the back on that.
Yeah.
He sort of was running himself out of that angle. He went for the backside, but that might have been a highlight film.
Definitely with his box background,
Yep.
you could have expected that. Jacob Beukerman.
With the nice flow there.
Yeah.
The lettuce.
Shot bij Louis Stetska. Backed up by Mark Brandenburger. Gets the... And that's a goal. This time he's not in the crease. Lasse Volkortsen. Mark Brandenburger finds him right on the doorstep. And yeah, that's a really good goal.
It is really pretty. We've been hearing those two names quite a bit today, along with Spiegel and others. You know, really pretty goal though right there. I feel like they were playing real aggressive at X, you know, trying to push after the ball, and there was no one in the crease. It was kind of wide open. So we're coming up on the halfway point of the third quarter, about a minute away from that. It's 8.5 minutes left. Your procedure, it's going to be white ball. So we'll have an offensive midi pick it up here. Volodymyr Lesko getting pressured right away by the long pole.
Beckman is really pressuring out all the way on the midfield line.
Oh, Panini, nice idea though. That was a nice idea. Shot? No, that's a pass.
Yeah.
That was a nice look by Panini across.
Volkortsen, attackman all the way to the midfield line. Gets with. Oh, that's a good save on the shot from Wismer. Volkortsen all the way on the midfield line, found Wismer right in the middle. And now Panin, yeah, he's kind of the do-it-all midi.
Yeah, he's kind of like they call him the Swiss Army knife midi, you know, can do everything.
Yeah.
He's out there a lot though. Good effort.
Yeah. Belger finds Wismer. And he finds Beckman. One-on-one on the goalie, just misses it.
He'd like to have that one back. You could see right there, his head went down. Nice take though. And this is where, you know,
And Beckman
he gets a second chance though,
definitely.
right? So
He stayed on the crease. Nobody really picked him up.
No,
One-on-one on the keeper. Top corner.
it's a nice goal.
Yeah.
You know what, it rewards the effort when a pole runs the field like that, and then he had the first chance and he knew he was a little down. I saw his head go down,
Yeah.
his hands a little bit, and then right off the whistle, no one picked him up. He caught it, cradled, and finished.
He just turned around and got another chance that quickly. Sometimes
Yep.
it can't go that fast on lacrosse.
And that's why you say sometimes when you do have a long stick midi or a pole that gets in the offensive end, you know, hey, hang around for a second. Sometimes they don't come to you, you know. You don't have to rush off. Maybe get that secondary slide or fake the sub and then come back. Sometimes, you know, good things can happen because you have time. There's no count on or anything. Just
Oh.
Yep, we have an errant ball on the field here from another field. So we're going to stop play right there. They're going to reface.
Knutsman with the win for himself. Spiegel back to Knutsman. Brandenburger. Oh, almost got it to Volkortsen.
That would have been something for the late night TV show right there. Finish that one. Interesting, though, how I love how he carried that in the back of his stick when he on the face-off, and that's something that when NCAA and a lot of lacrosse that I see, that was made illegal a few years back. I think some of the face-off guys were just too dominant with it.
Here's Raiken Akbayani with the ball. This is it off to Humaniuk.
Hey,
Shoots,
nice
goal,
shot,
Ukraine.
Nice shot. Humaniuk with a nice rip from out top. He was about a step inside the restraining box. Bounce shot beats him high. That's a beauty. He's excited about that. And you can hear the Ukrainian fans they're all cheering that one, whistling, have noisemakers. That was a real nice goal.
Yeah.
Kind of nice to see that though, and even in the game that's kind of lopsided, and it's 16-2 game. There's little celebrations, and it's every little play counts. Keep getting better. That's all you can hope.
Yeah, definitely. I don't think it's a secret if we look at the score that there's a certain skill gap between these teams,
Yeah.
but they respect each other. They keep
Sure.
playing, and that's I think all we can ask for, and also deserves this tournament. So
And all these people made the effort to get here, to travel, to double team come in here, to Wrocław. Which the great thing I find for something like this is that I had never been here prior to last year for a lacrosse tournament, and double team coming here. Nice job.
it's a ground ball, and it's Lesko who comes up with it, but couldn't really hold on to it. And it's now Nietzsche with the fast break to Volkortsen, behind the back to Brandenburger, but a little low.
We have a push
And
right
then-
here, but ball was loose. We had a push. It's going to stay Germany ball, but just sort of finishing that thought, I was saying that I had never, I don't have any connection to Poland. I had never thought to necessarily choose it. I've come to Europe on a couple of trips, but I was so excited to have come here last summer. It was really, really just it's been wonderful. It was happy when it got switched back to this location again, because I thought the town of Wrocław was so welcoming. All the food items and the nightlife and the sort of the market square is really nice, and just great people, super friendly. Really appreciate being here. And that's the fun about international lacrosse. Get a chance to see places you might not have gone, and you do it with lacrosse and the love of the game, and you sort of connect with people who share that passion for it. So it's something special.
Definitely. I had a couple of experiences going to tournaments myself, and I always enjoyed it. And it's always nice to be really at a place for a certain time and to enjoy not only the fields but also the city and the surroundings. Brandenburger trying to shoot or feed.
Nice ball movement here.
And then Spiegel gets the one-on-one on the goalie, and it's a goal, Germany.
Another nice one there.
Another goal by Søren Spiegel. And again, attack really starts with Brandenburger from X, trying to feed someone on the crease, then pulls it out, and then it's just a couple of passes down to Spiegel for a one-on-one on the goalie to make it 17 Germany and 2 for Ukraine.
Yeah, that was just the passing was really impressive right there. I think almost every person on the offensive side of the ball touched it. Offensive half of the field, I should say. And it's really nice. Another great face-off right here. He wins that clamp.
And a flag.
He's going to get a push with possession likely here. Yeah. So with a 30-second push, the ball will go to Ukraine. They'll be man up. They'll start with the ball. We have a timeout on white. They want to maximize that 30 seconds that they get, make sure that their personnel right instead of having them sub on and off like you have to in international play.
Yep. Yeah, especially with only a 30-second
Yeah.
penalty, you want to exactly maximize your time, which you have on man up. And I think this is an excellent timeout call. You get 2 per half.
Yep. Can't take them with you, although this is the second half, so you can't take them with you anyway. But we often say, the first half they don't carry over. So you do get 2 timeouts per team per half. And oftentimes you'll use them in a situation like that, or maybe if someone's in trouble or you don't like where they're running into, and as a coach you'll say timeout just to sort of settle things. Or, sometimes when things aren't going your way, you have to sort of right the ship, you might call one there. But they have to be used sparingly and at the right time. And I had some experience. I coached for over 20 years, you know, in the United States, the high school level, youth level as well. And I always prided myself on taking timeouts, you know, sort of what I thought were appropriate times or times where they give you the best chance. That's a good one there. They want to maximize this man-up opportunity coming out of this. You know, they have 2 goals this half, which is great.
Yeah. I see number 27, Michael Melnichenko, talking to the coach, so I think it's going to be a big part of this man up. As we have seen before with the Ukrainian offense.
He's going to start with it.
Yeah. It's a nice die on the stick, blue and yellow,
Yeah, I
Ukrainian
like it.
colors.
Really nice.
And that's another shot.
Feeling it again there.
Yeah. It's Humaniuk again.
Yeah. Similar
Ukraine.
spot from the last time
Yeah.
he shot that. He wants it again.
Akbayani
That's a nice
in the
look.
center.
Nice
Oh,
save. Nice look,
good
though.
bounce. Also a good save.
That high crease.
Yeah.
The ride's coming.
We got Mildenberger with the clear to Belger. And that's Anton Gnutsman, face-off guy.
Let it go. That's a smart play.
Got
by
it to
Ukraine.
Timo Sander, yeah.
Instead of picking that up right there, he might have been running into trouble. That was intelligent play. Let it go out of bounds.
And for Ukraine, Drashuk
Looking to
gets
clear.
pressured. Finds the keeper, but oh!
Sort of a cradle throw.
Yeah.
Oh, they retain possession, though.
It's number 17. Panin again. Really the two-way midfielder for Ukraine.
He's going to run it over himself, I bet.
Yeah. Against Brandenburger.
So he buries that shoulder sometimes.
Yeah.
too.
Now he has almost 3 attackmen against him. He's really finding the seam in that ride, and he gets it.
See,
That's a
successful. I
good.
told
That's
you,
a
man,
really
that's-
good clear. Yeah.
He likes to just
And he goes through.
bulldog
Who's stopping him? Tulesko tries to
nice
feed
save.
Milnichenko in the center, but
And that's going to be the end of the quarter.
yeah.
That was short time, though. Really nice effort by Penin. Again, he just, he seems, you know, he always ends up the ball clearing, and that was really nice. And he evaded about 3 different players on that. In a nice strong play, and he's that big, strong, you know, runner, hard runner, downhill dodge sort of guy, and sort of pulls into people as he's going.
Definitely. Also have to give credit to the Germany offense because they were riding really hard, giving
Yeah.
him a hard time.
No, they've been looking really strong today. They move, you know, their unselfish play on the offensive end has been really, really nice to see. And their defense, you know, they know, for example, when Melnichenko gets it, you know, they're throwing checks on him. They're heavy on his hands. So, you know, Ukraine's trying to get that ball movement look or get it up to Humniak because you know, he got the taste once. He wanted to bring another one in there.
Definitely not. 1 minute until we proceed to the 4th and last quarter of this game. Germany up comfortably, 17-2. 15 goal difference. And I think it's a little bit more even. Do you think Germany took the foot off the gas?
Maybe a little bit, I think. You know, they're probably getting everyone a lot of play. I mean, I know there's only 22 guys on a roster, but they're probably getting some of those guys who maybe, you know, resting potentially some of the guys, you know, getting everyone a chance. It's kind of nice. It's their first game of the tournament. You know, everyone gets in, gets a touch, gets, you know, maybe a chance to score a goal or defend, or, you know, like they have their, you know, a second backup goaltender, or, you know, they made a goaltender switch. It's good to see him in there, made some nice saves. So it's good to have these opportunities. Because, again, like we mentioned before, they're in a tough bracket, you know, with them and Poland and Czechia. We call it Czech Republic, but I know it's...
Czechia, yeah.
I got a chance to go to Prague last year when I was over here. What a beautiful city that was.
And it's a really ground ball battle here. And it's Nietzsche coming up with it. And I think he saw Beckman earlier, so he's also going to stay in the crease. He also wants a taste of maybe a goal. Now Volkartsen has a lot of space, but still decides to pull it out.
A nice cut here. Does Nishigan with the cut?
Yeah,
He wants it.
Yeah,
He's feeling it.
yeah. he kind of faked his
Substitution.
yeah.
You catch guys on that sometimes. And for you guys who are new to the game at home, you know, the offensive team can only have 6 offensive players in the offensive half of the field. The defensive team has to have no more than 7. Well, we're going to have an offsides or an issue with that, but you see Germany subs through the midfield often. Ball's outside.
Volkarts again with the time and room shot. Brandon Burger moves it up to Spiegel, who moves it up to Bastian. Down the alley, finds Volkartsen. And it's Wismer, lefty, shoot, scores!
Really,
Goal Germany,
I love that.
Justin Wismer.
Textbook rip he had right there on the run. He got the hands way out to his side, up high, away from his body, propelled through. That was a really nice finish.
Yeah.
Strong shot.
Yeah, they had a lot of room to work with, and again, good recognition of when to dodge, and a good shot.
Yeah, really nice. I was just looking at his technique, was really nice. He went early there. It's going to be Germany ball on a face-off violation.
Knutsman starts with it to Beckman. To Fujita, who is has been quiet. Fujita is known as a good goal scorer. Beukerman to Stetska. He's just going to run through. I think he tried to move it up to Volkartsen, but couldn't really quite connect. Jay Blaskow now. He's moving it to Agbayani, but he was already under pressure. Still comes up with it. It's an, ooh, gets hacked on his stick. Manages to still keep it.
He's a slick player.
Yep.
As he throws it away, but
Yeah.
I like the way he carries. You know, he runs with a very fluid sort of motion. Very, you know.
He's determined.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And he sort of has. He really has that. Really looks like a lacrosse player, if you will. Just that sort of flow that he has. Goes one-handed, changes directions well. Great wrap check there. They're trying.
Yep. We were talking earlier about the ride from Germany, but this is also a good ride from Ukraine offense.
Such an important part of the game. Like we saw yesterday, we kept mentioning Connor Foley on the Irish team was just just tenacious on the ride. Riding is, you don't want to make anything easy. Battle for, every inch of this field. Both teams doing a nice job of that.
Beukerman finds Volkartsen, who finds Brandenburger right inside. Goal,
nice
Germany.
goal.
That was a excellent ball movement from the Germany offense.
Really nice. Again, when they're slinging together 3-4 passes in a row and a quick stick goal at the end, those are really pretty.
And that makes it 19-2. And
Procedure. It's going to be white ball.
Panin.
Sometimes they don't go down together or they're not lined up. I don't know,
And I think that's a delay of game.
Yep. No one picked it up.
No? Oh no, it's timeout. A lot of confusion here. David Beckman was ready to go. He was ready to go, but just in time, Ukraine called a timeout.
So it'll be Ukraine ball. We come out of this timeout. A little over 10 minutes left in the game.
As a coach, if you would be the Ukrainian coach, what would you be looking for now for the rest of the fourth quarter?
I mean, I
What
think
would you say against those
I
guys?
would say, clearly, we're not going to get, a goal, 2 goals a minute or whatever it would take to sort of get back. But, little improvements I think you want to show. Just, believe in your teammates, I think. I think you would say, let's if run through your offensive set, whatever you might have, and just keep sort of, you get them back one at a time. It's like you had 0 goals in the first half, you got 2 in the third quarter. You string together 2 or 3 more here, then, it helps you, helps your confidence. Clearly you're playing, like we said earlier, Germany's a powerful team. They're one of the better teams in, Europe, and they're one of the, frankly, one of the better programs in the world. They're quite good. So, you knew they were up against it from the get-go, but I think just, little improvements, try to go through whatever your system might be. If you get a man-up opportunity, really, work to do that. Set solid picks. Just sort of battle. That's all you can ask for.
Yeah. We got Panin now here with the ball. Moves it up to Timkiv, who gets it to Milnichenko, falling down.
And he still has it.
Still has it.
Still at triple team. Still has it.
What an absolute bull here.
I love
and now
though.
finally.
Good effort though. If he scored that, man.
It would be a highlight reel for sure for tonight. And we got a fast break by Germany. It's Nietzsche. He's going to let it fly, but it's just picked off by the Ukrainian defense.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can really see that number 8, Nietzsche, is looking for that goal with the fake substitution, running the fast breaks.
I bet if you talked to Milnichenko, he would probably like to have that one back, maybe show one move to the right and then come back to the left, just rip.
Yeah.
Right around the defender sometimes, use him as a screen. Sometimes, one too many moves, and that's what kind of ends up sometimes happening.
Yeah.
Solid player, though.
Full court set.
Nice block.
Tries to shoot it, and now it's a
nice job.
Ground ball race. Picked up by Ukraine, but now it's a foot race, and it's Drashuk who got a real good clear. Gets it.
Pipe is open.
Oh. Melnichenko.
It was a really nice clear. It's a Drashuk, we said. He was really, really nice. Temperature has definitely dropped in the last, the last quarter or so here, I find.
Yeah, it's definitely getting colder here.
A big change from when I was here last year when it was, 30 plus degrees Celsius every day. The sun was blazing. The German defense collapses really nicely there. Anytime sort of someone comes in, there's always, 1, then 2, then 3 bodies there to meet them. So
definitely. Humaniuk now. He's going to dodge the long pole.
Flag on the play is going to get a hold here. Yep, he's got a hold. It's a 30-second technical. So again, like we mentioned earlier, here's an opportunity for, Ukraine to build on something here. They have a 30-second man-up opportunity. Maybe they can get something out of this. These are the sort of things you do end of practice, sometimes before practice. I just love doing man up, man down. Nice look.
Aguiani on the crease.
Playing without his cross, do we have? Oh, all right, we're going to.
I think so. Timkiv is going to start with the ball.
It's one of the things in lacrosse, you cannot be a participating player while you have no cross in your hand. So if you are de-twigged, as they say, your stick knocked out, that was a good look, fake the shot.
Yeah, and to continue on that rule, it's different in box, right?
Box can play, box can play, yes.
Yeah, and that's
it's
where
got that ice hockey vibe too.
Yeah, and sometimes you see a typical box player on the field just keep playing without a stick, and that's often hilarious.
Yes.
Those are the differences between the games.
Yeah, here you can't play, and it's one of those things though, if you sort of just stay out of the play and you drop your stick, they're not going to blow it dead right away, but if you impact the play, you make contact with another player, or you impede someone's progress, they'll definitely get it.
100%. Got Fujita on the ball. player for Hamburg. And he's also been part of the Austrian national team in the past.
So I love that you have all the intel on all the continental
Yep.
leagues and who plays where. I think that's great information. I'm sure folks at home appreciate that.
Mark Brandenburger now gets it to Fujita.
Nice.
Oh, and it's a great feed right in the center to Winton Bastian.
Really nice control there, though. He had a couple of stick fakes. When Heidela went 5-hole, as they say, through the legs of the keeper, froze him, and then put it away. That was a nice job right there. And
Yeah.
good feed too.
Yeah. That's a tough save for Jay Blasco. Sure goalie.
Yes, and I've been in like a Germany position in a game like this too, where you're sort of up big, but it's one of those things too when you're in an international tournament. There's goal differentials, and I think that 12 is sort of the cutoff of if you're up by so many, that's the big thing. You only get 12 if you're up by 20 or whatever it might be. But something like that where when I'm telling my kids about my players in that situation is let's get assisted goals, let's get pretty goals, let's burn some of the time and then look to set our offense, but let's make sure we're not just calling your own number and shooting.
Let's go one-on-one down the alley and
anyone
shoot. Yeah.
can do that. I mean, let's make something at least look nice.
Yeah.
And they have been doing that. A lot of assisted goals, a lot of just sharing the ball with Germany. It's really, they put on a nice display of ball movement here.
Spiegel to Spiegel.
That's a good one, right?
Nice
Love
connection there.
Sure,
Full court
family
in.
loves hearing that.
Full court in. He's trying to feed to Brandenburger. He pulls it out. And back to Spiegel.
And that was nice by Brandenburger. Just pulled it out. He had nothing going. So just, hey, let's cycle it again and see what we can do.
Not forcing a shot, but here it's full court in. Oh,
nice
almost
extra
found
look.
Brandenburger, yeah.
It's going to be off white if it goes out.
And that's exactly what you just said, right? It's Brandenburger behind the back almost.
And that's what
make
I'm
it look
talking about
nice.
right there.
Yeah, look
make
it nice.
Look pretty at this point, And it's not. There's no offense taken with that. I mean, these are all men out here. They're playing a game.
Yeah. And they will find their matchups later on in the tournament.
Absolutely.
So that's no big deal. Full court in, lets it fly.
Coming up on 3 minutes left in the game here. Germany with an 18-goal lead, comfortable lead.
Full court in. Trying.
Potential for an
Find
over
Leon
back,
Boehm.
good hustle right there by Spiegel.
And Leon Boehm with the cut and the goal.
Nice cut.
Leon Boehm. Excellent goal by Germany.
I like that boom, how you have that's the O with the
Yep.
dots over. So I'm learning
Yep.
here, guys. I apologize. But it's nice. It's really, that's a nice cut by him right there.
Definitely. And again, you can see also a little box background there. I know he spent some time in Canada this summer to play some box.
And that'll improve your game really quickly up there. Those boys do not mess around. They play hard all the time. They're gritty. They're tough. They're skilled. A lot of guys you'll see in North America do that. I mean, in the United States, because we're primarily field. We're getting a feel for box in the United States, but they will go to Canada. Some of the better collegiate players, Joey Spallina, guys like that, go there. Spend the summer. Maybe with a teammate. They stay at his house in Ontario or Vancouver. Here's our face-off guy with the take.
Oh, and it's a goal. Is it good? It's
Yes.
good. Goal,
Nice
Ukraine.
goal.
Nice diving goal.
Polishuk.
Yep.
Good for him. That's a good effort. That's a lot of reward for a guy like that.
Yeah.
He's out there, takes every single face-off. When you think about it, we've had 24 goals scored plus, 4 quarters of face-offs. We're talking, 28 face-offs the guy's taken.
Yep.
To have the energy to do that, make a crease sort of dive at the end of the game, good for him. That's a nice goal.
Definitely.
He's a warrior, man. He's a tough guy.
Yeah. He goes straight from celebrating the goal to the face-off X
know.
again. So that's tough.
Got to calm your heart rate up there.
illegal procedure by
He went early.
Germany. So
He leaned it. He rolled into that. He's not too happy with that call, but I think he did roll into it a little bit.
yeah. Roman Stepa now gets pressured by 2 German
Gonna be
players.
free.
Can he pick it up at the ground ball?
I would have felt that pressure right back. Maybe taking a
Yeah,
little bit of a
yeah,
dive right
yeah.
there. Sold a push maybe when you're triple
And then
teamed.
Volkartsen can't get the pass from Boom. Gets it up top to Wismer.
We're under 2 minutes.
Beukerman. And to Spiegel. Back to Wismer. Dodges down the alley. Lefty. To Spiegel. Top corner.
Nice rip.
Goal
by Schubert.
Germany.
And again, they got that one back that they let up. That was a nice little take. Good, but that's a type of an offensive move that they'll use all the time. That was a sort of a little sort of dodge, kind of a dummy dodge to a nice cut to a rip on the run. Really nice.
Yeah. And that's, I would say, a typical shot by Søren Spiegel. Seen it before in this game. Top corner, just time and room. And still,
There's a couple of twitches we had there.
yeah.
Kind of both of them did. I think they just rolled with it. And again, that would be the potential for playing without right there, but they came up with it anyway, Germany, so there's no need for it. Under a minute, nice cut.
And that's a goal for Timo Sander. And that's his first goal of this tournament.
Good for him.
Off the feed from Mark Brandenburger. And he was just wide open in the middle.
Yeah, that was one of those ones where Polishuk had a great win, but then again they double and triple him right away. Threw a couple of checks, turnover,
Yeah.
and it's transition, and Germany's been very good in transition.
Definitely. I feel like after the goal from Polishuk, the diving goal, Germany thought like, hey, what's going on?
I know.
Let's put another couple of goals up on that scoreboard.
Another win though. Jeez, I'll tell
Polishuk.
ya.
Melnichenko.
I'm betting he's going to the net here. He hasn't gotten his
Oh, it's a good shot.
though, see? Yeah. Oh,
Loses helmet.
helmet comes off. Flag on
And
the play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a rule they put into the NCAA last year because a lot of these, if you've been around lacrosse, the helmets, and I'm not sure how when you strap it up, but a lot of the guys put it on kind of loosely so they can pull the helmet right off without even undoing the chin strap. That's the big thing. And if the helmet comes off now in the NCAA and actually in our federation rules, you have to come out of the game until the next whistle. If your helmet comes off in play, NFL football has that as well. You have to come out until the next play, not in international, but
Yeah. Just reached the last 10 seconds of this game. Germany man down for the rest of the game, but it's only 3, 2, and 1. And that's gonna be it.
all right, so a nice win by the Germans here. Good effort by the Ukrainians. Their fans for both have been wonderful. Thank you for watching here on Lax TV. We appreciate it. Join us tomorrow. Check out the schedule. Join us in person if you can. If not, we'll see you tomorrow.
honor our indigenous roots and international history. Lacrosse is more than a game. We play with speed, heart, and precision. Young, modern, electric, inclusive, growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport, governed globally by World Lacrosse.
The Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world. Our philosophy on pricing is quite simple. By removing all these different logistics and these middlemen in the manufacturing process of lacrosse sticks, we can pass those savings on to you. We can make these quality lacrosse sticks affordable for more people.
I'm here with Volodymyr after his at the European Men's Lacrosse Championships. So how do you think this game went today?
It was a great experience. It's second game ever for our national team. We are happy to score some goals. Good in defense. It's great experience to play with that strong team. We just feel blessed, and that's already a win for us. Just the positive emotions. We're happy for everything.
Did you like the speed of the game today? Germany brought a fast pace. How do you think you guys kept up with that?
We have to keep up. Again, it's pure experience, and we're learning on it. Yeah, we should to learn. We should to learn about substitution, and go forward. But I think we did well enough for the second game. Again, awesome.
And you've already played 2 games. You have tomorrow off.
Yeah.
What are your plans?
We plan to go to the aqua park here in Wrocław, but we changed our plans because the weather is not that hot, and the second is weekends. I think we're gonna take a chill trip to the downtown of Wrocław and to go around and do some team building together. Just get a great time to see the city.
And finally, how does it feel to wear Ukraine across your chest?
That's a huge opportunity to represent our country. We're really prideful to have this opportunity, especially in this difficult time for our country. Like lots of members of our families are currently defending our country on the front lines. Especially for me, it's my 2 brothers and father. So I'm here for them and for all the guys that are defending the country. And we want to represent our country as hard as possible to show the strengths of our people. I think we're doing well so far, and better in the future.
All right, thank you. It's an honor to have you here. This is Team Ukraine after the Germany versus Ukraine game on day 2 of the European Men's Lacrosse Championships.
All right, I'm here on the sideline with number 15, Mark Brandenberger, and number 22, Lasse Folkartsen. You guys 23-3 win over Team Ukraine. Dominant win. You guys didn't have a game yesterday. What are your thoughts going through the locker room after that?
That was a perfect start in the tournament, I would say, and we're really looking forward to play tomorrow against Poland, and I think we only get better, and we executed our plan perfectly, and I think...
Yeah, we have lots of work to do. That was just our start here. Yeah, we were excited for the next game, and we were really excited to start competing here because that's amazing to be here, and yeah, we're really happy.
So you guys combined for 18 points combined between you two, 6 just on goals and assists to each other. How important is team chemistry in your locker room to your team?
It's very important. I think it's our first real tournament playing together, and in practice camp the last week, the chemistry was there right away, and it's really fun to play with Mark, and he's a great player and a great leader and great captain to me.
Yeah, I think we're like a family. That's what we appreciate, and that's amazing. Germany, we are all from Germany and play in Germany, and that's what makes us very strong, and that we are really happy about it, and we feel like family.
Yeah, so you mentioned earlier, tomorrow you guys got host country Poland. In their few games, they've had a lot of fans, so how do you prepare for that tough atmosphere?
I think we just go out there and play our game, and we're going to be prepared. Our coaching staff's doing a great job preparing us to film, and we're going to stick to our plan and going to play a great game there.
Yeah, we're ready for it. We all played big games already, and we are excited for that, but we bring our A game here, and then, yeah, go for it.
One more time here with Mark Brandenberger and Lasse Folkartsen here as Germany wins 23-3 against Team Ukraine at the 2025 Men's European Lacrosse Championships. Thank you guys.
Thank you very much. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too, guys.